Hello everybody. How is everyone doing? Okay, you guys, so for tonight's live, I am booked up. I'm not taking any more bookings, which is why I have not updated the description box. In the description box is all of the pre-bookings for tonight, but I hope everyone is having a good night. This is my first live in a while. I have been gone, MIA, on vacation, all that. So it's just me getting back into it. I will definitely be doing more lives, maybe even perhaps this week. But I made a couple announcements on YouTube, and I made an announcement on my Instagram for the people who could have booked for today, but I am full, the list is full, so I will not be taking any more bookings. But thank you guys for joining and tuning in, I appreciate you. I am going to start with a collective reading. This is just for everyone who is here, and I am going to be using the Moonology deck because I just kind of want to know what's going on. I feel like a lot of weird energy personally today, and it could just be me individually, or it could be some sort of collective, cosmic, whatever the heck is going on. So I'm going to try and dig into that. So if you guys want to stick around for that, you're definitely welcome to. Okay, so for everyone who is booked in for tonight, your name is in the description box below, but I hope everyone is doing well. I missed you guys. Jack, come here. Come here, cutie. And we're gonna start off with a little Moonology read. So what is going on? Am I the only one feeling this, or is everyone else feeling this? And I couldn't even describe to you what I'm feeling other than I'm assuming it's anxiety. Like, it really doesn't help because my dog is so anxious, low key. And like, as a joke, as a running joke, I was gonna be, for Halloween, he was gonna be an anxiety dog and I was gonna be his service person, because I feel like it's the other way around. Like, I'm there to serve him from having anxiety, like not the other way around. So I don't know if I'm channeling my dog or if I'm channeling the collective energy. No, Paul, we're not taking any bookings tonight. Everyone is already booked in. There's nothing in the description box, you guys. If you wanted to book, then you should have pre-booked for today. I will be more open at a later date, but today I am making the list pretty small because I'm just kind of getting back into it and I'm pretty low energy, so I don't want to overextend myself, but I'm pretty sure I'll be going live again this Friday, and it will be an open booking, so you could like hop on or you could pre-book, whatever you want to do. I usually do a lot more readings than I'm doing today, but today is just what it is. So we have expected powerful change, new moon and eclipse. Now, I have worked with this deck for a really long time, but I have never read from the book, ever. And I kind of want to read from the book today because I have read her book. Yasmin Bolin has like a whole Moonology book. It's pretty interesting. It kind of just teaches you about like how to manifest with the moon cycles, which I think is really cool. But I want to like, I want to go further into this and sort of see what's going on astrologically. I know that we're approaching a retrograde, so that's coming up as well. Hi Angela, what did you use? Because my Cash App is glitching, so if you use Cash App, I might have missed it. But I'll look into it and get you on the list. Venmo. Okay, 1 second. I do not have you on Venmo, love. I don't see anything from you unless you used a different name. But everyone from Venmo I have booked in for today. So check the like the at name and make sure that it is me. August 1st. This is August 31st. So I probably got you in the last live. So check the last live for your reading. Okay, so we've expected powerful change. Don't let your past hold you back. A time to give rather than take, and communication is key. Okay, so yeah, as Najee just kind of announced, Mercury is going into Libra. And then we just entered Virgo season. So there is like a lot of, I feel like these are really good conjunctions. I think Libra is a very peaceful sign for Mercury to sit in. I think Virgo season in general is a really nice season. But we have some weird aspects that are kind of making these beautiful energies contradict each other. We have communication is key, new moon in Gemini. I'm gonna pull two more, and then I kind of want to read, what this means in the book, because I've read from this deck so many times. I've kind of like intuitively read from it, but I really want to dive into what the author says. So we have this new moon and eclipse. We always know that eclipse energy is intense, so you guys might be feeling that intensity right now. How do I find this card though? Okay, I guess we're gonna do. Okay. All right, Yasmin Bolin, you did not make this book really user friendly. Interesting. Okay, now I know why I intuitively read. All right, well, with new moon and eclipse energy, we do have a new moon approaching, and it is going to be in Virgo, and this is going to be a really very vital time right now for you guys to take care of yourself, to incorporate self-care. Now more than ever, it is important to incorporate that self-care. I don't know if this is a collective energy as we approach Mercury retrograde, or if it's just the general energy before we approach holiday season, but I do feel like anxieties are high, and I feel like there's a lot of things at stake. Now, those things can definitely differentiate between individuals and what you're going through. I know I have a lot on my plate as far as the rest of this year goes, but I just think in general, this is a cycle that we find ourselves in. Like before holiday season, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And I feel like this is going to be a really important month, September, to stay focused and grounded in your commitments and your commitment to yourself. Now, I talk a lot about self-care on this channel and the importance of it, but I cannot stress it enough, because the first thing that is going to crumble is your inner self and all your healing if you do not prioritize that healing and yourself. It's really interesting because I spent some really good quality time with a friend in California while I was there, and we were talking about inner child healing and how there is this maintenance work that you have to keep up with. And if you don't keep up with that inner child work, it can crumble really quickly, and you can find yourself being triggered at almost everything. It's hard to pinpoint why you're feeling that way. And it's like, yes, we can do that inner child healing and feel really good for a moment, but if we don't keep up that work, then all of that good effort we put in kind of goes to waste. So for me personally, and I always like to date it back to myself because I just want to draw from my experiences, I know that I have to get back to some more inner child work, because as of lately, I do feel like there is a lot of my own wounds and anxieties coming up that are putting a lot of pressure on my back, and then due to the astrological conjunctions, it is adding even more intensity, more fuel to that fire. So guys, I cannot stress enough, new moon in Virgo, it's a time to give to yourself rather than take from yourself. And part of not taking from yourself is not letting your past hold you back. You've done the best you can, and it doesn't have to be like your past, you're way back in the past. It could mean like what you did 2 weeks ago. Maybe you're not so proud of yourself a week ago or a month ago. Let it go. Don't hold yourself back. Don't dwell in that. With new moon in Gemini, we have communication is key. So for those of you who are, for those of you who are feeling like your communication is not coming out the strongest, we do have Libra entering Mercury. Now Libra, I do think, is a really great mediator. It's a really great sign for kind of sitting in the middle. But because of that, it can also sit in the middle to the point where there is no communication or decisions that are definitively being made. And I read something somewhere on some astrological website, and it was like, is your inner bitch being unleashed on like your partner? So make sure that your communication with your partners, even your friends and family, is thought out, and it's not something that you're just kind of reacting to. We have your commitment is being tested, and surrender to the divine. So commitment to your goals, to yourself, like I said, to that healing that you've been working so hard on. It does require maintenance work, and then we have surrender to the divine here. This is a very beautiful card. It's also an incredible reminder, because in the midst of all of this stress and all the things that are energetically going on, I think it's really important to also take a step back and realize that spirit is on your side, that you're not alone. Something that I think is really interesting is when we get caught up in our head, or even spiritually, like in our wounds and what's going on, we tend to forget about the big picture. We tend to forget that there is this divine and cosmic intelligence behind us. We tend to forget that we can rely on our guides and our angels. And we become withdrawn to the point where we feel really alone in what we're going through. And I think it's important to remind you guys that you're not alone. This is a part of the process. And part of the process is not having so much control in everything that's going on. Just kind of going with the flow, surrendering to the divine picture and plan, that there really is a purpose behind almost every single thing. Even if it seems difficult to grasp, there truly is a lesson that can come through for you. So I think it's really important that we remind ourselves of this beautiful little theme that came up in this Moonology deck. I think that, we're all human and we all get into little funks, but sometimes the energy is more intense than others. And I feel like in this community, you guys are all very empathic, so you're highly receptive and sensitive to these energies. So yeah. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna get into the bookings for tonight. Like I said, it's a really small list for tonight. I will be going live again on Friday or Saturday, and it will be a much bigger list. I'll be more open to taking more bookings, but I wanted to start off small. I have been having a really anxiety-filled day, and I couldn't even tell you there's a reason behind it. It's just one of those things where I cannot pinpoint like where the anxiety is coming from, but it is what it is. So I don't want to overcommit or overextend myself today. And then Angela, I can get you, you'll be number 7. Just let me know what your question is again. I'm sorry about that on the last live. So let's get into it, you guys. Starting with the beautiful Najee. So Najee, let me know what your question is, and let's get into it. Ooh, we have the Empress kind of pop out first. So I'm not sure what your question is just yet, but that beautiful Empress energy is coming through for you. And Angela, I can do the question that you asked me. I'm seeing it. If you want to stick with those questions or if you want to change it up, you definitely can. So just let me know. Okay, so Najee, we are gonna be talking about money, which is a really great question. I was kind of brainstorming what videos I want to do next, because something that I did over my vacation was I met a lot of people who were not they're kind of strangers to tarot, and I low-key when I showed them my channel was a little embarrassed by some of the prompts, which I know people want to see. People want to know what their person is thinking and feeling and all that great stuff, but I felt like I could have been a little more prideful if I put forth a little more videos just solely about spirit, what you need to know right now, money coming in, that kind of thing, because I feel like, I met a lot of people that were married or people that were settled in their life, and I'm like, well, maybe this video is not good for you, but so I wanted to do a video on money or career or stuff like that. So let's talk about money for you, Najee. What is going on? To start, we have the Lovers. Okay, Two of Swords right next to it. So there's definitely a choice that you are needing to make, and it's so funny you mentioned Mercury in Libra, because this is going to make it extra difficult for you to make that choice. This is such Libra energy here. I know that the Gemini is ruled by the Lovers, but kind of the same thing. There are two sides to every situation and story, and sometimes we find ourselves with that Two of Swords energy going back and forth. Which one is it going to be? Which one am I going to pick? Woo! Cards are flying out for you. We have the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands in reverse. We have the Page of Swords, the King of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Swords. Okay, so a lot of mental energy here, to the point where you are overthinking and exhausting yourself with those thoughts. Now, that's not the main conclusion of this reading. I'm going to pull one more card, but I do feel like a big energy here is there's a lot of thought and not a lot of passion, or you're not feeling very confident about some of the thoughts you have, some of the decisions you might need to make. It's one of those things where, let's say you're thinking about switching a career, you're thinking on a logical and rational type of, what just happened to my computer? Whoa. What? My computer just shut off randomly. It flashed and shut off. That was so strange. What is going on? Are we in retrograde already? I don't even know. Okay, so it's kind of this energy of if let's say you're looking for a new job or a new career, you're okay, this has great health benefits and this one is great for as far as hours go, but that Queen of Wands and that King of Wands is in reverse. It's you're not feeling it really. You're not feeling very passionate about your decision. This is not something that you wake up and you're I'm gonna seize the day in this decision. This is not something you're looking forward to. And what's interesting is Spirit is saying that a big part of your money flow, your abundance flow, is in relation to that fire in your belly. And because that fire in your belly seems very stagnated, even blocked, I would say, that money, that abundance flow is being blocked as well. So there's this, I'm definitely viewing blockages here as far as abundance flow coming in. And I see the intention surrounding it. I see that money does want to come through for you, and so does opportunity, in which will make you happy and feel passionate and kind of a creative and live again. But there's something here where this mental energy is really standing in the way of that. with the Page of Swords, clarifying the Lovers, I feel like bottom line is your gut intuitively knows what decision to make, but for some reason you still keep flip-flopping as if there is a choice. I think like in your head initially, the first answer that you have is the right answer, but for some reason you keep second guessing yourself, which is a very kind of novice thing to do. And I think Spirit is trying to point out that you are much wiser and more grounded than that. And for some reason, you are limiting yourself to a novice point where you're not making very wise decisions. Now, there can be a lot of reasons for this. A lot of it could be attributed to the fact that mentally you're not feeling so well, or there's a lot of stress on the table, there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders. A lot of things can attribute us to like not thinking our clearest and not seeing things to the fullest. I was just kind of talking about that in the collective reading. Like, I myself feel a little blocked as far as like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. But, you know, it sometimes just takes us dating back to like affirmation, to grounding, to being like, wait a minute, I am this Queen of Wands. I am confident in my pursuit. I can get everything that I desire. Because what I'm seeing here as a possible blockage is also a lack mentality mindset and feeling like you don't have, like you are limited in your options and you don't have a lot of resources, you don't have a lot of high expectations as far as money goes and where it could come from. It's like almost if I pulled from the Moonology deck, I would pull that card, Believe in the Impossible. Because it's like you started to get into a mindset where if it's like not logically or rationally adding up, then it's impossible to happen for you. And the mindset that Spirit wants you to get into is where you're just completely open. Like your receptors are just completely open to the flow of abundance coming in. Without blocking yourself, without closing yourself off. Be like, money can fall from the sky. And like truly believe that instead of being like, well, if it's not coming from here or there, then it's not coming at all. So money wants to come in for you, and so does opportunity. We have that Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands clarifying. But there is this kind of like self-rejection, self-doubt coming through that seems to be blocking that energy. So let me pull from an oracle deck to get a little more information. We have flexible and a change in the wind. I also want to pull from this beautiful, this is the same author as this tarot deck because she gives a lot of good like spiritual advice. We have inspiration and courage and go with the flow. Okay. So for flexible, I think that intuitively we can draw a conclusion that Spirit is saying that they want you to be more flexible as far as like your mindset goes and the possibilities in which things can happen, things can fall into your lap. Now, of course, there's no logic and rationale that comes with thinking money will fall from the sky, but that is a part of the magic. You know, when we start limiting ourselves to X, Y, and Z, then we start closing off almost our receptors from receiving like other possible variants. So flexible here is about teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. For the prosperity message, it says, even when you have a clear vision of how you're going to manifest something, what it will look like, who you'll share it with, and what will then be available to you, you still need to relax and open up to other possibilities. Spirit may have much better plans for you. It could be a job you hadn't thought of, a new source of money, or some other opportunity that eluded your imagination. Be flexible and remind yourself, this or something better manifests for me now. Then be willing to bend a little, enjoy the miraculous results. I love that because we have the go with the flow card. So it really is one of the same here. And then we have Number 12, a change in the wind, which is about a sense that the unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the wind will blow. Go with the flow. So it's almost like find comfort in the uncertainty. Of course, it's always easier said than done. Almost absolutely every spiritual lesson is easier said than done. But when you really grasp those beautiful concepts, I feel like that really helps you. We have prosperity message. As you endeavor to create a prosperous life, you may encounter unexpected reversals that cause you to shift directions. This is a good thing. So there's nothing to fear. Perhaps an opportunity you sought went to someone else, or perhaps you pursued something that you suddenly realize is not in your highest good. You might not be 100% clear on where you need to go, but you are certain that things are not going as planned. Circumstances are not in your control right now. Wait it out and all will be well. Even better, actually, trust. So this is really beautiful. This is kind of representative of the theme we talked about in the collective message. Now, the homework that Spirit wants you to do is to really focus in on what inspires you and what kind of courageous acts can you do for yourself. Does courage come from the belief that you can just trust in the divine and surrender to the divine? Because that's a very courageous thing to do, to surrender to some unknown force that everything is going to be okay when it most certainly doesn't feel or look like it. But that is where you're going to have to draw your power from so that we can flip this Queen and King of Wands into the upright. All right, gorgeous girls. So I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here, existing, and joining the live, of course. I love you and appreciate you, and I really hope that resonated. So I'm going to move on to the next person, which is Victoria. You're so welcome. Okay, so Victoria, you got an 18 plus and channeled messages. Okay, and you want to know what you need to know about your current situationship. All right. What do you need to know about your current situationship? That's a good question. What does Victoria need to know about her current situationship? Got an 18 plus and channeled messages. Cards are not coming out for me. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse. Whoa, okay, now they're coming out like crazy. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse. We have the Hermit. We have the World in reverse. We have the 4 of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles. So you might be seeing 7s a lot, you might be seeing 4s a lot, but it seems to be like a little tiny theme here. Okay, what does Victoria need to know? We have the Devil. Interesting. Clarifying that Hermit there, because the Hermit is sus. I mean, I know it's a positive spiritual card, but I've always thought the Hermit was sus. Okay, we have the High Priestess. All right. So you definitely know something is up. I think intuitively you're questioning this for a reason, like maybe even confirmation of what you already feel. But I feel like, okay, Angela, I got you. Sorry, Peachy Maui, but definitely come join on Friday, my love. Okay, so I definitely feel like, all right, let me soak this up. So confirming one of the things that you might be questioning, is this person talking to other people? I don't think so. I don't even think this person has like options. It could be like, we could draw conclusions that this person is, one, cutting people off because they're very interested in you, and two, it could also be that they're like shy in general, so for them to be like a mad player is not even really in their character wheelhouse. But I don't think this person is talking to other people, if that was something you were wondering about. The thing is, the reason why I say this person might be really shy is because we have that 7 of Wands in reverse. So they're the type of person who's boisterous and passionate and like wants to compete for your affection. The second that they see that other people are into you, this is the kind of person that would be out, like they would take themselves out of the game. Like instead of fighting for like their woman or like something they want, this is the type of person who would crumble under the pressure to like compete, if that makes sense. So they're kind of the opposite of confrontational. It's the type of person who by nature is very passive and a little too shy, if that makes sense. Because we do have that 4 of Pentacles, which does represent someone who is guarded. It represents someone who has their walls up, and I definitely see that with the Hermit. Now, this is someone who could definitely withdraw from you from time to time. This is someone who could not express themselves, and it's very hard to understand what they're thinking and feeling. You might find yourself watching lots of tarot videos trying to figure out what the fuck this person wants. Come to find that it's like all very reassuring and very sweet, but it's like, why couldn't they just say it to you so you're not paranoid? And again, we draw back to the fact this person's not very confident. Now, why is that, is the question. I think this person might be struggling with some sort of addiction or codependency to something. No, Raven, you are number 6, love. We are on number 2. So I feel like this person could be struggling with some sort of addiction or codependency. We do have the Devil. The Devil is not something to be taken lightly, especially when clarifying the Hermit, because the withdrawing could represent that they're illicit in some sort of secret, or they're trying to keep and compartmentalize a part of themselves that they're not very proud of. So I do feel like the Devil could be that this person is, and it doesn't have to be extreme, but it could just be that they're ashamed of this part of themselves, if that makes sense. So maybe they withdraw and you're like, oh my God, are they talking to other people? I definitely think we can take that off the realm of possibility. I don't think that they're like out here being a player. I think that this person is just not very secure in their sense of self, and they're not doing very well with their own faculties. And I feel like it affects them, but this is the type of person that like keeps it to themselves. Like they're not the type to like express it, if that makes sense. And we have the World here in reverse. Now, this one's interesting because the World is supposed to represent a landmark of time that is very special and monumental. This could be a graduation. This could be, I'm just giving examples. This could be a big accomplishment, like, oh my God, we made it, like that kind of energy. And when I initially pulled this card and I was just kind of reading the initial energy, to me, it felt like the World in reverse coming out was that you guys have been in this situationship and it hasn't progressed forward. Like it feels like you're in the same place where you started, and like you're wondering, are we gonna be in a relationship? Is this gonna lead to something bigger? Are we gonna like culminate this level that we're at? You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like that's not happening, like the normal amount of time in which you date someone. and there's certain like levels to this shit, and nothing seems to be leveling up. So that was like the initial impression I got from this World in Reverse card. But now that I look more into it, that could still be it on your side, but on this person's side, I feel like the World in Reverse is in conjunction to this Devil and Hermit energy, and that this person failed themselves in some sort of way. And instead of moving forward, they're just like staying very stagnated in their shame and guilt. This is really deep. I don't know if I'm deeply looking into it or if it is this deep, but I just feel like this person, I don't know if they lost a job or if they were sober and they relapsed or what the deal is here, but they're not feeling very good about themselves. And in return, they're making you not feel very good about yourself in this connection, because with the Four of Swords here, they're not giving you that much energy or attention. They're retreating a lot, they're withdrawing a lot. With the Four of Pentacles, they're very guarded. It's very hard to read them. They're not expressing themselves. With the Devil, you feel the energy, High Priestess, but you can't pinpoint what the fuck's going on because they are so secretive. And then with the High Priestess, it's like you're such an empathic woman that like you know something's up, but you don't know what it is. So this is an interesting thing. What is going on? Like, what do you need to know about your situationship? I guess what you need to know is that this person is struggling. Now, the level of empathy you should give out, I don't know. You know, it's one thing if they're struggling and it's something that is very human. Well, every struggle is human, but you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be like, okay, they lost their job and they're going through it. Like, I can empathize, I can wait around for that kind of person. And then it's another, if this is a pattern and a habit of their character and that they're gonna keep doing this to you and putting you through this, and that's when you like should check out. So I guess Spirit just wants to highlight this, and then really the choice is yours on like what you should do. So let's put some oracle. I'm gonna actually, I was gonna pull from this deck, but it seems a little inappropriate given how deep this is. So let me pull from this deck and a different one. Okay, we have chemistry here. Whoa. We have healing family issues, which could be them. Calling in your soulmate. We have free yourself. So it could also be that this person's very triggered by your connection. You know, they could be feeling a lot for you, and in result, they're like withdrawing, which I see a lot with twin flames, especially like people who are with someone who has not quite ascended yet. We have door to personal healing and happiness in reverse. And what's interesting about this oracle deck is they encourage you to read reversal. So we'll see what that is about. And we have action and strategy. So let me check on that meeting number 34. Okay, so in reverse, you may be feeling stuck where your personal intentions are concerned. Self-mastery and discipline may be hard to achieve right now, or specific plans for personal change may be blocked. Remember that your intentions need to be clear and unconflicted. Whatever you're working on, you need to know that you are capable of achieving it. So this is them. This is definitely their energy. This person is definitely not achieving something with that world in reverse, and the energy is now kind of going on to your connection. And then we have strategy and action. So could this all change? Possibly. Could this person kind of come back and revive themselves? I mean, most definitely. We don't have these two oracles for no reason. So strategy This is a potential change in course that may be needed. Be aware of the particulars regarding the goals and have some conscious plan in mind. Structure in the short-term goals needs to be make your long-term goals a reality. This card is telling you to spend some time setting things in order. It's time to take full control. Interesting. So this could even be advice. It could be like, you need to take action on the situationship. You need to strategize, like, yo, what's going on? Maybe confront this person. It's really gonna be up to you, clearly. Okay, so let's do your channeled messages. What would this person say to you? And dive into that. What would this person say to you? Okay. What would this person say to you? Eight of Swords, Three of Wands in reverse. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse. What does this person see? Okay, they're definitely feeling a little triggered by their feelings for you because they're very deep and complex. All right, let's get into it. I am dealing with a lot of stuff, just a lot of stress, a lot of bullshit. I'm not trying to make you feel left out. I'm just not in the best place at the moment to like date and do things. I hope to be there soon. It's not been very fun for me on this end. And I don't want you to think that I'm like pulling away from you or like retreating away from you. It has nothing to do with you. In fact, I really, really like you, and you know, I can see myself really falling for you, but I'm just a little confused and just kind of dealing with my life, and just I feel like I'm not headed in the right direction as far as like anything goes. And I see you as this really great, incredible light and person. And on one hand, I'm so grateful to like have you in my life. On the other hand, I'm like, you deserve so much better than someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. It wasn't my plan to be like this, but it just turns out that I am not in the best position right now. And I'm not feeling very successful. I'm not feeling very passionate or good about myself. I am dealing with a lot of difficult things that are really hard for me to express, and someday I hope that I can talk to you about it, but it's just really hard for me in general to talk to people about my problems. I'm really used to being alone in a lot of this, and I find it really hard for me to like communicate, and that's just my own flaw and problem. But it doesn't mean that I don't trust you, and it doesn't mean that I don't think you would understand. I actually feel like you of all people would understand me. You're very, you're so different than anyone I've ever met, and I honestly feel like there's a reason that we cross paths. I feel like, you know, you are this just beautiful thing in my life, probably the only good thing in my life, and I am trying not to fuck it up, but it's like I'm between these two energies of feeling like I don't deserve you, and like self-sabotaging, and then like, oh my god, you're in my life, how did I get you? It's interesting. It's kind of an internal weird conflict that I'm going through, but I'm trying to get through it, and I'm sorry if it feels like I'm being secretive or distant. I know that you can, I know you're an intuitive woman, I know you can pick up on things, and I know you're not stupid, but it's just like I don't even know how to talk about these things because it's still so new that it would be like I would be unloading all this shit onto you, and I really don't want to do that either and like have you run away. So I'm just, that's me right now, and you know, maybe you will run away anyway, maybe this won't work out, maybe it will, I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best, and the best does seem to be taking this leap of faith with you at the very end of the day. But I'm just trying to get a few things in balance so that we can have fun again and date, and really so I can commit to you and this, because you really are worth all of the effort in the world. All right. So that is your channel messages from your person. Thank you so much, Victoria, for joining the live. I love you. I appreciate you. I really hope that resonated. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next person, which is Ava. So Ava, you got a regular deck pool, and you want to know what the rest of your 2021 is gonna look like. What should you look out for and focus on? You're so welcome, Victoria. Okay, Ava, really great question. Let's get into it. What does the rest of your 2021 look like? What should you look out for and focus on? Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles starts. No, don't fall on the floor. Oh, I'm so comfy. Ow. Okay, we have the Fool. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Emperor, what else? And the Ace of Swords. I feel you, girl. I am, on one hand, super excited for the seasons because I love fall and winter. It's my shit. But on the other hand, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where the fuck did the year go? Okay, so I'm like still in 2020. I don't even know what happened. Now we're about to be in 2022. I'm confused. All right. Three of Pentacles to start the Fool, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Wands. This is really beautiful energy, honestly. What does the rest of your 2021 look like? So with the Three of Pentacles, I definitely feel like you're going to be receiving more help. Whether this is like quite literally from friends and family, or it might feel like your friends are supporting you a lot more than usual. Maybe they've been really busy, maybe due to COVID, whatever it is. It could be that you're attracting some sort of soul family, like your tribe, and it feels like you have a little more support to weigh in on. So like I said, it could be like a literal physical manifestation of receiving more help. I always like to read the Three of Pentacles in a spiritual way as well. It could be that your spirit guides are the ones out here trying to collaborate with you and help you and assist you through some of the trials and tribulations you might find yourself in. And I feel like with the Fool, there is some sort of new leap or new beginning that you're headed towards or should be headed towards. Now, if you have found yourself stuck in a pattern, or if you found yourself in a routine, one of the things that they want you to look out for at the end of this year is switching it up a bit, taking some sort of leap of faith, going in a new direction, charting what is it? Like going towards uncharted waters, or like whatever the expression is. But it's something that you can do that steps out of your comfort zone. Now, it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be like you change your career and quit your job. Like, it could be that you become vegan, or I don't know, you start a new routine in some sort of way, and it is out of your comfort zone because your girl loves meat, you know, whatever the fuck it is. I just feel like that Fool energy is a much needed, beautiful change that is going to actually, what this does, being in this energy, is it says to the universe, it's like a physical announcement or energetic announcement to the universe saying, hey, I trust you, and wherever you're going to take me, I know it's going to be great. And by taking that leap of faith, it's actually very healthy to do this multiple times in our life, because energetically it uncrosses our arms. I always love how the Fool card, the arms are up in the air, and it's like energetically being open to receiving whatever the fuck is on the other side. Because again, she's jumping off a cliff. Is that broom gonna fly? We don't know. But it is this trust in the universe that you will be caught. And when you put forth that beautiful, courageous energy, it manifests into something beautiful every single time. And for you specifically, we have this 10 of Pentacles. So there's some sort of abundance factor here, or some sort of stability factor. It could be that there is this beautiful promise that you're going to be financially secure for the rest of the year. So if you were worried about finances, or if like I said in my collective reading, the holiday can be very stressful for a lot of people because of finances. If you were worried about that for the rest of this year, that's something that you should kind of put the worry on the divine and trust them with, because I definitely feel like you are going to be very secure. Now, the 10 of Pentacles also can represent that you are protected. So you're secure in that you can rely on the help of your soul tribe, your guides, your allies, friends, and family, that you're going to be receiving more support, that you don't have to do it alone. Now, the 2 of Wands here is beautiful as well, because it represents following some sort of new direction. He has like the globe, the world in the palm of his hand. I always think of the 2 of Wands card as like the world is your oyster. Anything that you want, you can have. Like, take your pick. So if you had like plans or ideas about the end of this year, like, I'm gonna travel, fucking do it. Like, the guides here are really supporting you and movement here. With the 6 of Swords in reverse, clarifying the 3 of Pentacles, maybe in your old habits, an old routine, you ran away from your problems, or you self-isolated, you did not call on the help of your guides or your soul tribe, you did not enlist anyone else's support. And if you could do something that would really help you at the end of this year, it's kind of switching up that habit, not running away from your problems, running towards some of the solutions that you can have. Instead of running away, you're actually traveling with purpose. Instead of isolating, you're actually reaching out for support. So there's this beautiful shift in energy that is going to happen for you spiritually, which I think is going to add to a lot of your growth here. We have the Queen of Swords as well, and once you take that leap of faith, or you step out of your comfort zone in some way, shape, or form, I do feel like this is going to provide a lot of faculty and evidence in that you have this beautiful power within you, that you can call the shots, that you can maneuver your life in whatever direction you want to, that things do work in your favor. You know, this is going to really set some beautiful beliefs mentally in your head that you actually have a lot more power than maybe you give yourself credit for. The Queen of Swords is a badass, powerful woman, and she rules the mental side of us. So it's like this belief system that we can achieve things and do things and have this beautiful power. So this is about voicing and affirming, you know, what you want into existence, into your reality. Now we have the gorgeous Emperor here as well, clarifying the 10 of Pentacles. So there's definitely this huge theme of security, like having something on lockdown. Now, I don't know if it's a business you're starting, or a new job, or maybe you're just switching things up, and in return, that beautiful flow of abundance and support is just gonna manifest and rush in for you for the end of this year. But it does seem like you are gonna be solid, secure, grounded, stable, and highly motivated as well. So it might even manifest into more manifestations in that you're in this beautiful energy and then you're feeling very creative and you're feeling like you can conquer the world. But it just does seem like you're gonna be really in your power. Power is gonna be a big word for you for the end of this year. And then we have the Ace of Swords here, clarifying the Two of Wands. And like I said, the world is your oyster. Anything that you can dream, believe, honestly, you can achieve. Now, like I said, we started off with that Three of Pentacles, which is representative of the fact that you are being supported every step along the way. So let's see, look at this. For your Oracle, we have happy, happy, number 26. First card to jump out, we have poised. And we have time for a nap. I love that. Okay, so I know up front this is the best card you can get in the deck. Number 26, happy, happy. It is what it says it is. It literally is about just being in a really good energy, but I'm gonna read the themes anyway. So we have joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. Yes! Can anyone ask for more in life? We have number 48 as well, which is about being poised. And I know that this card is about being in your power. So being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best, confidence, with that Queen of Swords energy. And then we have number 24, time for a nap, which is also very self-explanatory. Make sure you rest and rejuvenate amongst all this beautiful stuff that could be happening. Make sure you feel that you balance out that root chakra and you stay grounded, you rejuvenate, you allow time for renewal, temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. So have a beautiful balance between doing things and also rehabilitating, because it's going to be a very busy end of your year. This is so gorgeous, Ava. Thank you so much for joining the live. I love you, I appreciate you. I really hope that resonated. Okay. So we are gonna move on to the next person. Which is Nicolette. Okay, who also got, you're so welcome, a regular deck pool. And timeline cards as well. So we have, what do you need to know about your current life situation, and what will your next job be? Will your next job be what you're looking for? And then the timeline card will be of when you'll get the job. Okay, so what do you need to know about your current life situation, and will your next job be what you're looking for? One second, love. All right, give me a moment, you guys, one moment. Alright. Sorry, y'all. Someone parked in front of my garage, and I was like, oh, hell no. Bitch. There's like a million parking spots. Okay, so, Nicolette, so sorry for interrupting. What do you need to know about your current life situation? To start, we have the Six of Swords in reverse. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Two of Pentacles. Page of Wands in reverse. And Temperance. Okay. So, mainly, you would like to know more information about this next job and kind of, is it what you're looking for? What will it consist of? So I feel like, you know, it's hard to say in this one spread, like all that information, but I can eliminate things, and I think one of the biggest things that I can eliminate is that this feeling of being lost and not knowing what direction you're headed in or where you'll be next, feeling almost displaced, is not going to be a thing anymore. You're going to be moving away from that feeling, which can be a really crappy feeling, especially when you don't know your purpose. Because we have this beautiful Four of Wands here with the Ace of Pentacles. To me, that's very reassuring, especially in regards to your career and your life path, because it represents that you are on the right path. And it's one of those things where like everything you're looking at seems false. Everything you're looking at is fucking ridiculous. You're like, danger, danger, like, am I on the right goddamn path because you took the road less traveled? But the truth is you are. And it's some of the trials and tribulations that you're going through right now that have set you up for this greater future. Now, about your current life situation, I definitely feel like you're in that Six of Swords energy in the thick of it, or at least you're coming out of it. And I do think that this feeling of not being very in love with what you do for a job is going to end, or it's going to fade, and that you're going to get into a job that is a little more in sync with what you want to do, or more in alignment with who you are. Again, I could not tell you what that job is because that is some crazy tarot reading skills, but I can say that this is something that will bring some money in for you in a much more comfortable fashion than maybe how you currently feel. And I also can say that this is more in alignment with who you are. So if you can think about things that you truly like, I do think you can find a job along the same pattern. With that Five of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like it's okay. They left. With the Five of Pentacles in reverse, I do feel like this mindset of being limited or not having enough money is going to be fading as well. Don't come in here scrunching your eyebrows like that. Ow. Okay. Ow, babe, there's a microphone right there.
I'm sorry.
With the Two of Pentacles, this energy of like, it's okay, I promise it's okay, and like you're really not doing okay, is not something that you're going to have to be in anymore. Temperance calls for more balance in your life, and I do think that balance is going to have to come from a mental and spiritual level in order for your outside reality to really reflect that. But I think something you can look forward to is a lot more money coming into your life, a lot more stability as far as like being in alignment with your true divine path and what you're supposed to do, rather than, let's say, you're just working jobs that pay the bill and you're just kind of going from place to place and whatever opportunity is there for you. So let me see what your oracle says. Whoa, you got 3. Okay, we have flexible, we have treasure island, and we have Jack. This dog is fucking nuts, you guys. We have TikTok. So that could be a hint. You could be a TikToker. I don't know, not really. We have number 19, flexible. I know what that's about. Flexibility is about being open, being available, allowing spirit to give you different opportunities, teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's important. In the prosperity message of this, it says, I think it's important to read this specific prosperity message. It says, even when you have a clear vision of how you're going to manifest something, what it will look like, who you'll share it with, and what will then be available to you, you still need to relax and open up to other possibilities. Spirit may have much better plans for you. It could be a job you hadn't thought of, a new source of money, or some other opportunity that eluded your imagination. Be flexible and remind yourself this or something better manifests for me now. Then be willing to bend a little. Enjoy the results. We have treasure islands. So like I said, the results that are coming are more than enough. Ace of Pentacles, there's going to be a windfall of money coming through for you. And then we have number 30, TikTok. So there is something that I think you have to take action on, but it can also represent timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. The prosperity message for this is your prosperity is co-created by your endeavors as they occur in human-made time and the eternal efforts of your most important manifestation partner, spirit, in a divine, measureless time. So keep doing what you're doing, stay positive, and make a commitment to remain in a high vibration, thoughts and feelings. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if you will align with your highest calling and your highest good in no time at all, like magic. 4 of Wands, fucking beautiful. So what's all the fuss about not having enough time? The prosperous life that is yours will never pass you by. I have never actually received this card for anyone, so the fact it came out is so beautiful. So time, speaking of time, you wanted a timeline card, but it is in the theme that it does not matter what the timeline card says. You cannot measure your manifestations in this way, but we can get like a general little insight about it. So you have a couple of months. Not bad, not bad. Super beautiful. All right, Nicolette, I love you. I appreciate you. I really hope that resonated. Thank you so much for joining the live. I appreciate you. I'm going to move on to the next person, which is Courtney. Okay. So Courtney, you also got a regular deck pool. So you've just submitted your thesis for university. What does the next couple of months look like while you wait for your mark back? Ooh, I would be anxious. Okay. You're so welcome, Nicolette. Okay. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. Oh my god, the cards are flat out. We have the Hierophant. We have the Hermit. We have the 2 of Wands. 2 of Cups. The World. Oof. Oof. The world clarifying the Hierophant is a match made in heaven. This is beautiful, actually. Super beautiful. Okay. So last year, I really wanted to be a tarot card for Halloween, and I got really sick, and I didn't do anything for Halloween other than put some fucking cat ears on me. This year, however, not that I'm doing anything in particular, but it's more for like a photo op, I really want to be a tarot card for Halloween. Can anyone guess what tarot card I am going to be? Because I'm very curious. There's so many cool, creative, like major arcanas that are like possible. I don't know why I said that during your reading, but it's just a fun fact. Okay, so you just submitted your thesis for university. What does the next couple months look like while you wait? 5 of Cups in reverse, the Hierophant, the Hermit, the 2 of Wands. I definitely feel like you're gonna be getting heavy in the spirituality. Like, I know that you're already awakened, I know that you've been ascending, but I feel like it's going to be ultra needed for you specifically to ground yourself so that you don't become anxious. You know, I think this is something you kind of are aware of, but I don't even think that you are expecting to become, you know, heavily ingrained in spirituality, but I see you heavy with the practice, with the Hierophant and the Hermit right next to it. I see like you consciously making an effort to stay away from feelings of anxiety or sadness or anything of that nature so that you don't like grip on to the result of this. With the Hierophant and the Hermit, it might be that you take up literal meditation as a practice, which is really beautiful, especially in soothing anxiety. I feel like people talk about meditation a lot, they don't actually do it, but I promise you, if you actually meditate, it is one of the coolest healing things you could do for yourself. Especially as you get better at it, like a muscle, it has to be trained. The more you get into meditation, the more you can tap into shit that is just really fucking cool. Like you could do your own past life regression, inner child healing, all that beautiful stuff. So I definitely feel like with the Hierophant and the Hermit, you are going to be incorporating some sort of spiritual routine in the next couple of months that is going to really elevate your consciousness and sense of will. With the 2 of Wands, I definitely see travel in your future. So I don't know if you're traveling for the holidays, if you have a trip planned, or if you're just curious about traveling, but I definitely feel like, Shuggy, shut the fuck up. The Star is also butt naked. I'm just gonna be naked for Halloween, call it the Star, the sun, you know. But no, I feel like with the 2 of Wands, you could definitely, it's like the world is your oyster, and I feel like the more you tap into your kind of psychic abilities, the more spiritual downloads you're going to receive about, you know, what move you should make next. With the 2 of Cups, I don't know if you have a person already or a significant other, but I definitely feel like if you don't, you could be dating as well. Like you could be meeting someone, doing a little something something, going on a little wine tasting date type moment or thing. If you're already with someone, then I just feel like you're going to be focusing on your union and your partnership, and there is going to be a lot of lovey-dovey energy this fall. Now, for the good news. With the world clarifying the Hierophant, I am going to make a psychic prediction and confirm that you are going to have a lot of success with university and that there is absolutely nothing to worry about. So this is really beautiful because the world is about culmination, it's about acceptance and graduation. Quite literally, it is an achievement. And then clarifying that Hierophant, an achievement to some sort of commitment. Hierophant rules over school, teaching, learning, institution. It's about practice, it's about consistency, it's about commitment. So I think this is a really cool conjunction here. We have the Queen of Wands that's gonna make you feel really good about yourself, really confident. You're gonna feel really passionate, really have that fire in your belly, that zest for life. With the 2 of Pentacles, it's interesting that we're ending with that. The 2 and 2, we have the 2 of Wands as well, clarifying. This is about, you know, not taking on too much. Like you definitely want to do enough for yourself and that you're distracted and you're grounded, but not overextending or overcommitting yourself, because I do think that you will get into this university and you'll probably be kind of committed for. Like, you won't be able to like do crazy shit because your schedule will fill up pretty quickly. So it's just kind of saying that in advance. Okay, we have community, number 8. Treasure Island, number 9. And the Fates, number 17. Can you guys tell I'm like out of breath? I'm like, Okay. So, number 8, community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world, definitely feeling that beautiful energy. We have number 9, Treasure Island, the law of attraction, bringing dreams into fruition, the results of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains, and sharing of good fortune. So this is really beautiful because, like I said, to me, this represents a very successful outcome. We have number 17, the Fates, which, we can finish that sentence. The fates that be. This is about karma, acceptance, and that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. This is all about that serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So this is about, staying grounded. Although you are going to kind of know all these things up front, because I told you, it is important to stay grounded so that you can stay spiritually sane and not get too ahead of yourself and not overcommit yourself to too many endeavors, although it is good to kind of indulge in some of these endeavors because you deserve it. But I think this is really quite gorgeous. I'm really happy for you in advance, and I can't wait to hear more and know more about it. So thank you so much for joining me on the live. I love you. I appreciate you. I really hope that resonated. I'm going to be moving on to the next person. Okay. So the next person is Raven, who got an 18 plus, added Oracle and timeline cards. But Raven, before I move on to you, I have to get something from the kitchen real quick, and then we will start with your reading, and then after Raven is Shanice, and then we are done for tonight's live. I have not been really pre-booking too far in advance. I've been trying to do it the day of. But I am pretty sure I'm going live on Friday. What is the date? What is today? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That would be the 3rd. I don't have any of the booking information here. I have it on my Instagram. If you guys want to pre-book, you definitely can. But if you want to hit me up on Friday, look out for that live, because I will be having a much bigger list, although the list does fill up pretty quickly. Okay, Raven, give me one moment. And Angela, you are definitely number 1 for Friday. So I got you, Angela. You are number 1 on the list and in my heart. Okay, so if you guys could see my hair right now, you would think I'm fucking crazy. I have literally been trying to, this is gonna be so ridiculously random, but I've been literally trying to train my hair to like do a top knot bun. I am not one of those bitches, by the way. Like, I cannot do a top knot bun. Like, my hair doesn't go up that high, if that even makes fucking sense. And it's not that it's not long enough, but it's just like, I am a middle part scalp. Like, my hair likes to just, like, it does not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you have to train yourself as like a young kid, and like my mom never put my hair up when I was like a young kid, so like my hair didn't, I don't know what I'm theoretically trying to explain, but I'm like trying to put my hair in a top knot, and I just walked past the mirror and I look fucking crazy. Like I have like these flyaways, like I look insane. In fact, that is how I've been looking 100% of the time, to the point where my own little like gated community just accepts this as my state of being. Like they just think that I'm fucking nuts looking. Like they have never seen me look hot or good in any type of way. I always look like a fucking college student that is running late to something. I don't know. Okay, fun fact about me. So, Raven, you're wondering how your love life will go for the rest of the year. I am definitely going to do a rest of the year reading because everyone is so curious about it, and I am too. So the Hierophant to start. We have the Chariot. Ooh. 3 major arcana. 4 major arcana. We have Temperance, the Star. Well, damn, girl. It is, I was just about to say, it is cuffing season, and it is looking good for you. Eight of Pentacles. It's still hot here in Texas, and I'm like, get the fuck off me. Like, do not cuff onto me right the fuck now, because I cannot. I am so hot all the time. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups. You know, when in doubt, ugh it out is what I say. If you can't get a solid cuffing partner, I always like to just buy a bunch of Uggs, and I feel just as good, you know? Okay, so I know, Christy, even at night, bro, like give me some relief. At least in California, when it's hot as fuck during the day, at night, you can count on it being cold. Oh, God. I just walked my dog before this live, and I was like, and there's mosquitoes, and I was like, this is gross. Okay. So, Raven, what the fuck? Look at all this beautiful major arcana. There's clearly something going on that is more than just like a dating app here. We have the Hierophant, we have the Chariot, we have Temperance, we have the Star. Something is moving on in for you. Now, this could be a literal commitment, or I can use the Hierophant as a depiction of this person who could be coming in and their character. So I feel like with the Hierophant, this could represent that this person is a workaholic. They could be older than you by like 5 to 10 years. This is someone who could be very immersed, like I said, in their career, but it could be because they're a business owner, a manager of some sort, or they're higher up in their position. This is also someone that you could connect with on a spiritual basis. There's a lot of men that I've met in my life that were spiritual, but like in a different way. Like I've never met now it doesn't even matter, but I don't think I've ever met a dude that was like into tarot, but it's kind of cool. Like to me, I'm getting the vibe that this person's like into, like they're open-minded, you know, like they're into yoga or like some type of shit. Like they're open-minded. I think they'll be really fascinated by your form of spirituality. But I do feel like I'm gonna use a Hierophant here as like a point in which this is like the type of person you're gonna meet. Again, the Hierophant could also just be symbolic of the fact that the more spiritually committed you are to yourself, the more you will start to manifest more different possibilities in your life. But it's just, there's so much major arcana here. I feel like it's already happening. Like I feel like you've already met this person, or like you connected in some kind of way, or you're like about to, because we have that Chariot here. So something is moving in pretty quickly. Oh my God. Okay. I knew I was picking up on someone already. So I definitely feel like things are going to move pretty quickly. I do think that although this person is, they have a very mature demeanor, like Don't be fooled. This person is super freaky behind closed doors. They are very kinky. And I think this person has already thought about being freaky with you. Am I on low battery? What's going on? And I think that they are trying with Temperance to stay reserved and calm and poised. I think they're already pretty, like, you know, passionate about you. I don't know how you guys met or like if you've been talking for a while, but there's this energy that can almost like tap into them being like, oh, like talking to their friend, like, oh my god, I met this girl, blah blah blah. Like they're already pretty excited about everything because they're seeing you as like the star. They're definitely putting you on a pedestal. They're seeing you as someone who is very different than the normal person that they run into. They see you as someone who's very one of a kind. You're unique. You're almost like an alien in such a really complimentary way. Now the star can also represent them wanting you to put all your juices on them. They probably want to make you come and all that beautiful stuff. This is someone who really wants to like definitely get freaky with you. Like I'm really getting the freakiness up front. With the Eight of Pentacles, I think this person works a lot, but I think this person also wants to, they're just a worker in general, like they're gonna work for your affection. So you just have to sit back and relax with that Temperance card, because I do feel like this person low-key is a romantic at heart. This is someone who could be really into like taking you out on a date and like, you know, roses, and I don't know, this is like the type of person that's like a little cheesy, and maybe that's why with the Temperance card it's like they want to speed things up but they want to slow it down. They're like trying to play it cool. They're like, oh shit, I need to chill, like I don't want to freak her out or anything, but they're very very excited about this connection for sure. And that like not wanting to freak you out energy is for sure here with that Emperor clarifying the Temperance card, because the Emperor, like once he gets his, like look at the Emperor like once he gets his mindset on something, it is absolute fucking tunnel vision. Like he cannot move on or move forward. He doesn't see anyone else. He just has absolute blinders on. The Emperor is also the Aries, and I always think the Ram is low-key like wears their heart on their sleeve and is like very passionate, and I also think that they can be like very romantic and cheesy at the end of the day. So I definitely see, and then we have the Ace of Cups clarifying the Chariot. Like there is definite indicators here that this person in their mind, they're like, let's move it forward, let's get it going. Like I definitely think that you will have a very successful cuffing season. This person wants to cuff you for sure. And with that Ace of Cups here, it's like they already see like 10 miles down the road. Like I said, they're probably telling their bro friends like, yo bro, like I met this girl and I'm in love, and their friends are like, what are you saying, you're crazy. But they're already feeling the energy, and again, it's that star card. You are so alien, so one of a kind, so original. They're probably really sick of, I don't know if this person has like Aquarius in their chart, but they're, or like Sagittarius energy, but they're probably really sick of like basic bitches, probably really sick of like the same old, like, okay, lip filler is cool, like good for you, like type of thing. And like then here you come along and they're like, whoa, what? Like you're super real, super authentic. So I think that they're just getting excited for the future. And I feel like with the Ten of Cups, you know, they are romantic at heart. I do think this person is prone to love. This is not the kind of person that wants to date forever, and like this is not the kind of person that hides how they feel. So if they have been in a previous relationship and they're like ending it or they're finalizing a divorce, they're kind of like already done with that and they're moving on to the next. Like, it's not the kind of person that's like, oh, well, I'm divorced and I'm going to dwell in the past and I'm going to be super guarded. Like, that's not the type of person this is at all. This is the kind of person that is excited for new love. Like, they want new love, new opportunity in their life. So this is really beautiful. Okay, let me pull some oracle for you. I definitely think that this person is very attracted to your body as well. They really love your curves. They really love your hair. That's standing out as well. We have flirts. We have soulmate. We have attraction. So there's a definite attraction here. Flexible. Holy shit, everyone is getting this card today, but I'm going to read it in a sexual way. This person feels like you could be very flexible, and I want to see what them legs do. And we have Milk and Honey, which is always such a gorgeous card. We have TikTok, which we just learned is about not rushing into things, just allowing things to take their time. Like I said, this person is probably channeling that energy more than you. You're probably like going with the flow, but they're the one that's like trying to rush into things, and they're also trying to stop themselves from rushing into things. Milk and Honey is all things good, especially in regards to a relationship and connection. We have Patience here. Oh my God. And we have Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. There's a lot of gorgeous things going on here. I honestly and confidently can say this is going to be a really beautiful thing that happens, because we did get the 10 of Cups. It's not just like the 9 of Cups. We do have maximum potential here in the cards, and I think that's really gorgeous. Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. I think that this person is finding their way toward that. It is going to take some patience. Like I said, it's not a matter of time. Neither of you should rush into it, but I do think you should enjoy this energy for sure. So this is beautiful, Raven. Love this. Let's do your timeline cards as well. Ooh, okay, you got 2. And it's funny because someone else got timeline cards and then got the TikTok. So it's almost like Spirit is saying like time doesn't matter. So we have 1.5 years and 2.5 years. Interesting. So you can apply this however you want. I don't think it's like gonna take 1.5 years for you guys to get together. Definitely not. But it could be that in 1.5 years to 2.5 years, you could have like a baby with this person. Like you never know what could happen. You could be married to this person. So it's kind of that thing that's like, keep an open mind about all of it, all of the above. So don't be daunted by this timeline, because they're just timeline cards that I wrote on. But again, I do think that TikTok, it's just about timelessness. All right. So I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me here on the live. It's really nice to see you again. I hope that resonated. And I'm going to move on to the next person. Which is last but certainly not least, the lovely Shanice. That freaking rhymed. Okay, girl, let me pull up your question. Okay, so you got a regular deck pool and an 18+. So, why have you been seeing so many angel numbers lately, like so much more than usual? What messages are trying to come through? Let's look into it. That's a really good question. Sometimes I feel like they happen so crazily, is that a word? We're gonna make it a word. And then they disappear. And then they come back like full force. And I'm like, is there something I'm really supposed to know right now? So that's a good question. When I was in California, they were going nuts. And I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? Okay. So, what are these angel numbers trying to tell you? We have the Queen of Pentacles, Miss Virgo. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the 10 of Wands. We have Strength. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands. Whoa. We have the Emperor in reverse. we have the Four of Wands. Okay. No, none of that. None of that. Come here. Jack. None of that. All right. So, with the Queen of Pentacles energy, you are definitely in your divine Virgo energy this season. And I do feel like you're in a very attracting energy. You are definitely going to be attracting new opportunities towards yourself. And then I wanted to say abundance. With the Eight of Cups here, we have some interesting cards going on because there are a few little side things going on that might be inner turmoil or stress or blockages. But there's also a lot of positivity here. So the angel numbers, I think, are representing a change that needs to happen in your life for your highest good. They also simultaneously are proud of you and they're cheering you on. So there's this energy of like, we're super proud of you, we're cheering you on, we got you girl, yes, yes, yes. And then at the same time, they are trying to get your attention to send you a very important message. Now that message is that there's something you have to walk away from and walk towards. Now it's not just a sad depart of something like you gotta leave it, you gotta cut it off, it's toxic. It's not that kind of energy. It's more like a moving away, moving out, moving, or making plans to walk away from something and walk towards something else. I don't know, I'm not getting a lot of, that one is very, Spirit is purposely leaving me in the dark about that. Then we have the Ten of Wands, but whatever it is, it's causing you, like, you feel a lot of pressure on your back. You feel a lot of stress on your back. I think that you're also doing the most. You're working really fucking hard, you're putting in the work, you're trying to manifest, you're trying to be surrendered to the divine, you're listening to Spirit's messages, like you're doing all these incredible, beautiful, simultaneous things at once. And I think that it's almost like exhausting you to the point where you're not, you're not seeing the message very clearly. This is interesting because I'm not seeing the message very clearly either. And so we have a strength card here. We have this little tornado in the background and it seems to be approaching, but she's looking away from it. She's looking towards yonder. You know, she's trying to like cultivate that inner courage. She's trying to have this positive mindset, trying to step into her power as a Queen of Pentacles. She's not trying to pay attention to the storm. She's not trying to let that storm overwhelm her beforehand. So I think it's like on one hand, you're trying to stay afloat in a positive manner, but on the other hand, you feel tired. You're feeling tired. And this tiredness, this exhaustion, you could say, can come from a lack of self-care. So maybe you are doing all the work, maybe you're listening to Spirit, but you're so much in service, Queen of Pentacles, of others and Spirit, that you're not even serving yourself. And that is what I think the angels want to say to you that should come first and foremost. Because when you put yourself first, and I know it sounds cliche, of course, it sounds cliche on the surface, like as I say it out loud, but it's very true for you. When you put yourself first, in the smallest way, in the smallest little habit or routine, then everything becomes a lot clearer and a little less exhausting because at least you did that. At least you cared for Shanice, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like you are kind of looking at the divine like, I'm doing all the right things, like what the heck? And they're like, yes, we love you, we're cheering you on, we're so thankful for you. But at the same time, we don't want you to just like do all the right things. We want you to care for yourself as well. We want you to walk away from this habit of always being in service of other people and being so selfless that you forget about yourself. With the Ace of Swords, there is some beautiful opportunity coming your way with the Queen of Pentacles. Now this opportunity can represent something via social media. It could represent a surge of subscribers or followers. It could represent a new kind of business venture coming through. It could even Jack, what the fuck? Sorry, that scared me too. It could even represent that you're going to be finding kind of a new voice for yourself. And this voice is going to make you feel very confident. I'm trying to figure out this Emperor in reverse, clarifying the Ten of Wands, and all I can really think of is that you're just burning the candle at both ends and kind of exhausting yourself to a point where it can kind of cloud your third eye and your crown chakra, where you don't receive those messages as clearly as you could. This could be that maybe you need to meditate a little more and clear your mind, because you are facilitating so many messages. Being this channel for the divine and spirit is not an easy job. I think it is overlooked. The people that are healers, that are on the other side of this community, it's like we're always like focus on other people's problems, that sometimes we don't do that chakra clearing for ourselves, and we become overwhelmed by these energies without even really consciously knowing it. So that could be like a thing that's popping up here. I think one of the big things is that you really are on the right path and you are headed in the right direction, and this direction involves feeling good about yourself. So whether it's moving out of your place into a new one, whether it's just a sense of confidence and inner knowing, there is going to be, wow, we have new life. There is going to be this surge of reassurance coming for you. We have treasure island as well. And I think that's really positive. I wanted to pull. Jack, I don't want you in here if you're going to be working. Okay, we have rebirth and rejuvenation. And I'm going to use that as an advice card for sure. So we have deep knowing. I think that you do have this beautiful deep knowing. You do have a very spot on intuition. You can pull cards for yourself. Sometimes even pulling cards for ourselves is like very misleading, because we're like, what the fuck is this even saying? But yes, your intuition is very strong right now. Listening to the oracle within. Hypersensitivity. So I talked about you always being in service of other people, to the point where your receptors are on such high alert that you're almost getting clouded messages for your own self, because it's hard to discern what spirit is saying. So intuition is the faculty that allows you to enter into a dialogue with source, the consciousness that you are a part of but cannot see with the naked eye. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural capacity to navigate their journeys, to access their inner guidance. Know that you have an ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available in the limitations of the human experience. You're given information that may make no sense whatsoever to the logical mind or five senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and then to act accordingly. You're now invited into the sacred dialogue of deep knowing, so tune in and trust your vibes. They will be right. Ask and you will receive answers from unusual sources. Then we have this beautiful number 39, which is all about this new life that you might even be cultivating for yourself as you manifest. So birth of new ideas, that's that Ace of Swords, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself, which is that rebirth and rejuvenation. So this is gorgeous because this kind of represents that you have every reason to be optimistic right now as things seem to fall into place magically. New opportunities remind you that abundance is available to you. Delight in the bounty that begins to appear in surprising forms. Stay curious and know that your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. It's as if new life suddenly infuses your projects, work, and creative ideas with a kind of electricity that crackles with exciting potential. Fortune is smiling on you. Four of Wands, that's so beautiful. So Treasure Island, there's definitely abundance and prosperity coming towards you. I think that's something that your angels really want to assure you of. Claim it with that Queen of Pentacles, because you are in a very attracting energy. You are going to be getting a lot of beautiful blessings coming your way. And then also, if you feel yourself being clouded in your vision, go back to some grounding and self-care practices. You got this. All right, so let's move on to your next question, which is an 18 plus. Okay, so soulmate energy check-in. What's going on with them? Where are we at in the connection, even though we haven't met yet? Okay. What is going on, soulmate check-in? We have the Ace of Swords again. Not to be like redundant, but some sort of opportunity is coming through for you in the last reading, and it could be an opportunity with your soulmate. We have the Chariot. Whoa, holy shit. Queen of Pentacles, yeah, attracting more than one thing. It doesn't always have to be just abundance, although I did see abundance coming through for you. It could be attracting love into your life as well. Wheel of Fortune, something is changing with that 8 of Cups we had in the last reading, moving away from something, moving towards something else. A new cycle, a new life is forging, a new path with the 4 of Wands that we also had. Ooh, the Lovers. The World. Wow, this is actually very significant. Interesting. We have a Devil. Two of Cups. Let's clarify the Devil. Whoa. Hangman. Interesting. Okay. So Ace of Swords, Chariot, Queen of Pentacles, Wheel, kind of got into that. That's why I was like listening. This is so about what we kind of talked about in the last reading. Part of the messages that they want to share with you has a lot of conjunction to this reading as well. They have the same themes and principles. Opportunities coming to your life. It's coming quickly. You're in this very attracting energy, attracting more than just one thing. Love, double dick, all of it. Wheel of Fortune, that is the 4 of Wands, as well as this new life that is happening for you. We have the Lovers here, so you know, you might even have your pick. I know that you're trying to manifest one soulmate, but it might be that you end up meeting multiple people and you'll have to kind of discern who is your soulmate, who isn't. With the World, this is a very significant card because it's about this culmination of a long journey in manifesting your soulmate. Like, you've been waiting for this person, you've been surrendering to the divine in the process of finding this person. You know, there's a lot that goes into this spiritually, and it takes a lot of spiritual work. But the World, clarifying the Chariot, this is kind of around the corner. There are things that are coming into fruition in the 5D that are now making their way down to the 3rd dimension here in your reality. We have the Devil, we have Death, and we have the Hangman. Now, we could take this as a joke, you know, there's that devil dick and all that energy and stuff like that, but I do think that there are some serious themes that are popping up here in these 3 cards, me trying to clarify them. Maybe even things that you might have to start healing internally. With the Queen of Pentacles here, it's like on the raw side of your demeanor and nature. You are very poised and very at peace. And I think a lot of people believe you to be that person. but I think sometimes you don't always feel that way. And I think what Spirit really wants to remind you of is that you really are fucking beautiful, capable, strong, independent, all that gorgeous stuff. But I think you have to really believe it from within. I'm hearing solar plexus chakra healing or realignment. I'm hearing self-pleasure needs to be had, like get yourself a good ass vibrator, because all of that energy and love that you put towards your body and yourself really does manifest. I think this is manifesting regardless. I think this person is coming through for you. Two of Cups is like the beginning stages of something. This is about dating. This is about meeting. Wheel of Fortune on the other side of this. This is where this person is. It does seem like we're moving and inching in closer to them. But I think that like as a friendly reminder from Spirit, it's almost saying like, everyone else believes that you're fucking bomb and sexy. Do you believe it? Because that inner work is going to be reflected either in a positive way or in a negative way. I do think that this person is gonna want that kinky freak flag to fly with you. They are definitely gonna be into some things, have some fetishes. They'll probably even have a foot fetish. They might be into whips, chains, ropes, all of that. Foot fetish is strong here. They're definitely gonna like a nice pedicure. I do think this person can be very romantic as well. This is someone who is gonna want to kiss you and love you and make you feel really good about yourself and give you a lot of attention. They're definitely gonna want to tie you up as well. So express your love to yourself. I think that's big. Attraction. This could lead to a wedding, retreat. Y'all could literally elope. You could be like, you know what, fuck it, bye. We're gonna go get married now. We have transformation and we have weight. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen, love conquers, and transforms all things. And we have weight. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Of course, we get it. Spirit, the